Why, hello, ladies. Okay, so we have looked at some different types of designs, and we have looked at nail tape as a design. And so the video that went before this one was all about once we had our nails on, doing our nail tape and how we do that. So this is the next part of design. If you have your combos and your different really fun things that you're doing and you're adding nail tape, you probably or possibly might want to add rhinestones. When we go to a salon, they get these little rhinestone thing out and they put a little thing, and how do we do that? It looks like it might be hard. They're little, they're hard to deal with. Got it. You got big hands? How do we do it? What do we do and how do we get them to stick and how do we get them to stay? First off, let me tell you that if you think buying the ones that have this, I've had people tell me, well, can't you use the ones that have the sticky to it? No, 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 no. This right here, and they come in colored, not just silver. I got it at Michael's for like $5 or $6. It's got all these different color, all these different sizes. And they have it to where it's all these different sizes mixed in different colors if you want colored ones. So it comes in a little case that you can, there's an opening right here. So you move this to the one you want open and you get some out. So that's going to be our first step. And I'm going to turn this on just a little bit. So I've got a napkin. The other thing that is actually probably better to use a napkin, especially when you first start, is like a paper plate or a styrofoam plate. So I'm just going to knock a couple out on the size that I want. Okay, the only thing you need is you need a toothpick and you need clear polish. Like I said, these do not have any kind of sticky behind them. They are just here. They actually say assorted facet acrylic set. So there is no sticky on these until you drop them like I just did. Okay, I'll pick those up later. So that is like the worst thing about the rhinestones is what you just seen me do. I shouldn't have been playing with my box so much. So anyhow, back to the whole idea of rhinestones. Rhinestones are fun. They give us a little bit extra of a shimmer on something that maybe doesn't have a shimmer otherwise. So let's see what we can do. Let's see, and once again, I'm going to say the same thing I said about the nail tape. It's kind of hit or miss. You're going to do, if you're using these other tools to help you with design, you're going to do some that you absolutely love, and you're going to do some that maybe aren't your favorite. You're going to do some that have no rhinestones, some that have some rhinestones, some that you say, oh, I really like this, so I'm going to do this again, but I'll do it with a different color next time because I just like the design. So don't hesitate to play with it. Don't hesitate to come up with your own ideas and not just somebody else's ideas. Okay, so I'm going to skip my computer back. And I'm going to go like this. Okay, so this is our rhinestones. As you can see, when I did that, I kind of got them all over. They're all over my floor. So when I get done with this video, I got to pick them up. Okay, so one thing you want to do with these rhinestones is you just want to turn them so that the right side is up. So the flat side is down on the flat surface. That is the hardest thing. You can use tweezers. Regular tweezers, like, hey, I'm going to take a splinter out type tweezers, and you just flip them so that the shiny part is up. Okay, and this is where I say it is better with a paper plate, but I don't have any paper plates right now. So I take, you see that drip coming off? And I put that drip down. And I give myself just a little bit, very, very little bit of polish sitting there. Now I'm going to take this clear coat. You do not want a 60-second dry time. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, you don't. and I'm going to clear coat my finger. Okay, make sure it's nice and smooth. I don't want it too thick. Now, mind you, I already have clear as day on top of my nail tape. And then I'm going to take my toothpick. I'm going to dab just the end of my toothpick into my little. I press my toothpick, the top of my toothpick that I just set in the clear polish, onto my rhinestone, and I set it where I want it. And then I do it again. Now, the polish on the toothpick is keeping the rhinestone attached to the toothpick. The polish that you clear coated your finger with is keeping it on the nail, and then you need to let it dry. So then we go to the next finger. And these are a little bit bigger, but they're easier for you guys to see. Quite honestly, I would rather have a smaller rhinestone on my finger, but these are already awfully small for me to show you guys how I'm doing this. So same thing. I've got my finger, I clear coated it. I want to put one maybe right there, and maybe I want to put one and this is where I say the smaller ones would be so much better for this because they're so close. But I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. And so you can take these whatever size you want. And you place them onto the nail. This is where I say these are a little bit big because they're in all the four corners. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. This is the one I'm really excited to do to show you guys kind of, it's only going to be one rhinestone. I'm going to put my clear coat on my nail. Now, I do my whole nail because I want it to be even. Okay, so I've got my clear coat on, right? So now I'm going to, this is the hand I'm doing, but because I am right-handed, I get my rhinestone on with my right hand and I switch it to my left. And notice I get it on there and how I just moved it around. There we go. And there's my awesome design. So now when this dries, I will put on another clear coat over the rhinestone. The clear coat over the rhinestone just helps it stay for longer. I've heard of people having problems with like the rhinestones falling off, flipping off, whatever. And a big problem with that is one of two things. You didn't let the clear coat that's holding the rhinestone dry long enough before you put something over it, or you didn't put a coat over it. So there's nothing, that extra layer over it holds it down. I use clear as day over the nail tape, but over the rhinestones, you would want to use a regular clear coat. Not a fast drying. You could use a fast drying once this dries. But you don't want this to dry too fast because you want to have time to place your rhinestones. So you use a regular, this that I have here, it's Diamond Strength No Chip Nail Color Clear Coat Sally Henson, and that is what I put on my nails on each one before I put the rhinestones on. That way it stays wet enough to be able to place it, to be able to move it around a little bit, because it's not like every time you place it, it's going to be exactly right. So like you just saw me do on this one, I took and I kind of just nudged it just a little bit. So that is a quick, easy thing, and I did 3 nails in an explanation, and dumped rhinestones all over the floor in under 10 minutes. So with that being said, I hope that helps everybody, those of you that are interested in doing a little bit more of design with the rhinestone stuff, and some tips and tricks. Like I said, toothpick, you dip it, so there's just a very little bit of clear nail polish on here, And that's how you pick the rhinestone up very, very easily. It will hold it so you can place it on the nail that you put the nail polish on, the clear polish on. And then you can kind of move it around just a little bit. But once you set it and you're done, you're done. If you move it around too much, you might get a streak, which is the other reason for putting the clear coat over it. So I hope that helped everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys later.